Good morning to all. Today I would like to discuss about control statements. Okay, so in C language, total statements are divided into three types. So one is decision making statements, iterative statements, jump statements. Okay, so in the case of decision making statements, there are two types of statements. One is switch statement, another is if statements. So first we discuss switch statements. So decision making statements, also called as conditional statements or selective statements. Okay, so there are five types of if statements. So in this one, if else statements, nested if statements, else if statements, simple if statement, null else statements. So come to the first one, if else statements. So in the if else statements, so there are first condition is checked. So if there is a condition, so if the condition is true, so then execute some statements. If the condition is false, then execute some statements. Okay, so if the condition is true, then execute if black. If the condition is false, then execute else black. So that here there is two blocks are there. Okay, so this is the if else statements. So then go for the nested if statements. So nested if statement means the if statement is contains another if statement. Okay, the if condition is contains the another if condition. If outer if condition is true, then go for the if condition block. So again inner if condition is checked. So if it is also true, then execute some group of statements. Okay, if outer if condition is false, then execute the else black statements. Okay, so like this nested if condition is executed. Okay, the if one if condition is placed in more than placed in another if condition, then it is called as nested if condition. So then next go for the else if condition. So in this else if condition, so there are several blocks are there. So in this one, the first if condition is checked. So if the if condition is checked, so if the condition is true, then execute some group of statements. If that condition is false, then go for the another first if else condition. So this if else condition is true, then execute the some statements. Then it is also false, so then execute the next if else condition. So like this, the all if conditions are executed. Okay, yeah, all are executed. If it is true, then execute the particular block of statements. So all conditions are failed, then finally go to the else block. So in the else block, the group of statements are executed. So this is the way of working for if else if ladder. Okay, next another one is null else or simple else blocks. So in this null else or simple else block is, so if condition is there, only one block is there. Here only one block is there. Okay, if condition is there, so if the condition is true, then execute some statements. So otherwise it go for the outside the condition statements. Okay, so this is the way of execution of null else or simple else statement. Okay, then another conditional statement is switch statement. So this switch statement is a multi-way of selection statements. So there are multiple options is there. Out of these multiple options, we can choose only one option. Okay, only particular option is executed. Okay, so in this switch in this switch some expression. So case some label, some statements break. Case 2. So that means case 2. Some statements break. Like this, there are several cases are there. So and finally each switch statement, so default case is there. So all these statements are false, so then it go for the default statements, and each case can have multiple statements. So and each case statement will end with the break statement. Okay, so like this, first the execution of the switch statement is first switch expression. So in this expression is true, so then goes to the corresponding case. So once the corresponding case is suppose the expression is 2, so then it execute the case label 2 statements. Okay, case label 2. So in that label 2, the statements, whatever the statements are there, those statements are executed. So then break will occur. So once break is executed, so it go for the outside the loop. So this is the way of execution for the switch statement.